Welcome back to Kleppers Corner. Today in the news, where I take the world's chaos, pour it into a blender, and serve you a tall glass of existential dread with a garnish of satire. Today we're talking drone swarms, Gaza famine, Nigerian massacres, Trump rebranding the Pentagon like it's a fast food chain, and, because humanity needs balance, the moon putting on a show while the Vatican canonizes a millennial influencer. Buckle up. If you were hoping for good news, spoiler alert, it's mostly bad news. But hey, that's why I'm here, to make your despair funny. Segment 1, Kyiv under siege. Russia just launched the largest drone attack ever on Kyiv. 805 drones and decoys plus 13 missiles. 805. At that point, it's not warfare, it's a rave in the sky. Somewhere, David Guetta is crying because even he can't get that many drones into a set. One of those drones actually hit Ukraine's Cabinet of Ministers building, the literal seat of government. That's the geopolitical equivalent of egging someone's house, except the egg explodes and takes the roof with it. Tragically, civilians bore the brunt. 3 killed, including an infant, dozens injured, and fires ripping through apartment blocks. Ukraine hit back by striking the Druzhba oil pipeline in Russia. You know, because nothing says peace talks like a pipeline explosion. And Putin, he must be thrilled. For him, an attack on Kyiv isn't just military strategy. It's his version of updating his Facebook status, feeling vindictive. Segment 2, Gaza offensive and famine. Meanwhile, in Gaza, Israel flattened another high-rise, the Susi Tower. Residents were told, you have 20 minutes to evacuate. 20 minutes? It takes me longer than that to find my AirPods. Imagine trying to evacuate 15 floors of families, pets, and refrigerators in that time. This comes during an official famine. Not food insecurity, not shortages, a famine. UN officials call it starvation, pure and simple, which, if you think about it, is one of the darkest Yelp reviews ever. Would not recommend, 2 stars, pure starvation. Over 64,000 Palestinians have died. Aid seekers are being bombed while waiting in line for bread. It's like the Hunger Games, except there's no Katniss, just famine and airstrikes. The UN, genocide scholars, even Denmark, yes, Denmark, the people who gave us butter cookies and Legos, are calling this genocide. When Denmark yells at you, you've really screwed up. Segment 3, Boko Haram massacre in Nigeria. In Nigeria, Boko Haram murdered up to 70 people in Borno State, dragging men from homes and executing them. Families had just been resettled there from IDP camps. Basically, congratulations on leaving the refugee camp. Here's a massacre. Residents said the military ignored 3 days of warnings. 3 days. That's like knowing a hurricane is coming and responding with, let's see if it blows over. Spoiler, it didn't. And the Nigerian army, the soldiers reportedly fled, which is not exactly the strong defense strategy, unless the official plan was run faster than the villagers. Boko Haram is resurging, and regional forces are fractured because Niger pulled out of the Joint Task Force. It's like if you're in a band and the bassist quits, but instead of missing some rhythm, people die. Segment 4, Trump at the U.S. Open. Back home, Trump showed up at the U.S. Open. Last time he went, in 2015, the crowd booed him like he was a Yankees pitcher giving up a grand slam. This time, the USTA sent a memo. Do not show disruptions when the president attends. Translation, don't show the boos. Pretend everyone loves him. Just like Fox News, the USTA says it was standard policy. But come on, the US Open is famous for chaos. Remember when Serena smashed her racket, when fans heckled players? But showing Trump getting booed, suddenly that's off limits. It's like saying, we're fine with screaming drunks, but not reality. So the U.S. Open went from the People's Tournament to North Korea with better tennis whites. Segment 5, Pentagon rebrands as Department of War. Trump just rebranded the Pentagon. It's now the Department of War. Officially, it's still Defense, but the website now redirects to war.gov. Yes, war.gov, the internet's newest destination for death and mayhem. Forget .com, forget .org, we're straight to .gov of war. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said we need a warrior ethos because nothing inspires confidence like the guy from Fox and Friends larping as Leonidas. It's symbolic, sure, but also expensive. Tens of millions to reprint signage and stationery. Imagine soldiers filing reimbursement requests for new envelopes, War Edition. Duckworth called it performative, which is polite for dumb as hell.
Segment 6, EV tax credits axed. Starting September 30th, no more federal EV tax credits. That's up to $7,500 for new EVs, gone, just like that. So if you were thinking of buying a Tesla, congratulations, you now need Elon Musk's salary. Analysts say sales will spike this month, then crater. So it's like the Barbenheimer box office, except instead of movie tickets, it's $60,000 cars. There's a loophole. If you have a binding contract and one payment in before September 30, you still get the credit, even if the car arrives later, which means every dealership in America is about to sell you a binding handshake agreement with a free bumper sticker. Segment 7, Japan, France, and Guyana politics. In Japan, Prime Minister Ishiba resigned after his party got crushed in elections. Next up, either Sanai Takaichi, an ultra-conservative who hates interest rates and loves rewriting the Constitution, or Shinjiro Koizumi, a young telegenic reformer who literally just wants to keep rice prices down. This is the future of Japan: constitutional militarism or cheaper sushi. In France, Prime Minister Bayrou is about to lose a confidence vote over austerity cuts. He cut public holidays. You know you've lost when you take away French people's vacation days. Macron's centrists are toast, and Marine Le Pen is circling like a shark at a Paris cafe, sipping espresso and saying, "Oui, it is my time." Meanwhile, in Guyana, President Irfan Ali just got re-elected with 55% of the vote. Guyana is the world's fastest growing economy thanks to Exxon's oil boom, 43% GDP growth. The challenge? Most of the population is still poor, and Venezuela is eyeing their oil fields like a hungry neighbor sniffing your barbecue. Segment 8, Blood Moon and Millennial Saint. Finally, some cosmic relief. A blood moon eclipse visible to 85% of the world. Billions looked up and said, "Wow, nature is amazing," while Americans said, "When's the next one? 2026? Fine, I'll wait." And in Rome, the Vatican made Carlo Acutis, God's influencer, a saint. He coded a website cataloging miracles before dying at 15. Now, he's in a glass tomb in jeans and sneakers. Finally, a saint who looks like someone you'd meet at Starbucks coding an app to rate Eucharists. His miracles? Healing a Brazilian boy and a Costa Rican girl, which is impressive, though, let's be honest, if you're going to be the patron saint of the internet, I'd like to see miracles like fix my Wi-Fi or ban autoplay ads. Segment 9, U.S. economy teeters. The U.S. added only 22,000 jobs in August. That's not a slowdown, that's a nap. Economists blame immigration cuts, 1.1 million fewer foreign-born workers since Trump took office. Turns out, if you kick out workers, there are fewer workers. Who knew? Mark Zandi says we're on the edge of recession, which in economist speak means we're already in one, but I don't want to scare you until I sell my stocks. Wall Street dipped, then rallied because now everyone expects the Fed to cut rates. Bad news is good news. Imagine if you got fired and your neighbor cheered because now milk will be cheaper. Gold hit record highs. Stocks are shaky, and the Dow closed at 45,401. So congratulations, America. Your retirement fund is a seesaw, and Jerome Powell is the kid trying not to fall off. So that's September 7th, 2025. Kyiv under siege, Gaza starving, massacres in Nigeria, political meltdowns in Japan and France. Trump rebrands defense as war. EV credits vanish. Guyana swims in oil. The Vatican canonizes a teenager, and the moon bleeds red for billions. It's a world in flux. Chaos below, celestial beauty above. Or, as America sums it up, can I still get the tax credit for my Ford F-150 Lightning?